Welcome to Jackie's Craft Table. Hi, welcome to my blog and YouTube channel. Today I wanted to show you the last card I made from my 2017 Valentine's Day series. I'm using a stamp set and die from Neat and Tangled. The first thing that grabbed my attention about this set was the sentiment that says, "That we are friends," and I thought that this year I'm going to try to send out Valentine's Day cards to my besties. I haven't sent out Valentine's cards to my friends since I was in grade school. They had all those cute kits that you could buy at the grocery store. Over the weekend, we bought some kits for my kiddos to take to school. Every year they pick the same ones. It's always Hello Kitty and Star Wars. Okay, so back to my card. I'm using the coordinating dies to cut out the love script and its outline in Neenah Solar White cardstock. I'm going to go ahead and make 2 cards while I have my supplies out. I'm using some Copic markers to create an ombre effect on these dies. I'm keeping it in the cardstock to hold it in place, and I'm trying to blend the 2 colors together so that there are no lines. There are a lot of love die cuts available, but I do think that this one is my favorite. It's so pretty. I'm going back in with the same markers to color the edges so that none of the white is showing. I'm using some Simon Says Intense Black ink to ink up this rose. This is from a stamp set called Rose Bouquet from Stampendous. I'm coloring in the roses with the same Copic markers that I just used. I'm just doing some simple and easy coloring today. I'm coloring in the thorns red. Some of the varieties of roses are like that, and it just adds a little more interest to the image. I'm using 2 shades of green to color in the leaves and the stem. I have all of the colors that I'm using and the supplies listed on my blog. I really love this stamp set because there are a lot of rose images included in it, and they're a pretty good size as well. The coordinating die for this rose doesn't leave a white border around the image, and it was kind of difficult to position it just right. Most of the dies I have leave a white border around the edges, and I do prefer that, but this rose turned out very pretty. It makes it look a little more elegant, I think, without the white border. I'm covering up my white edges with my Memento Black marker, and I just carefully run that along the edge of my die cut. I wanted to create a scalloped mat for this card, and I don't have a die like that, so I pulled out my silhouette machine again. I'm using a piece of cardstock from MFT, and it's called Tickled Pink. The first time I tried cutting out this scalloped mat, it didn't cut it all the way through. And then I remembered I hadn't cleaned my blade for a while. There is a thin cap on top that unscrews and exposes the blade. Then you can go in with a Q-tip and wipe off the built-up paper fibers. They get stuck inside the blade. After I did that, it worked just like a dream again. I just love this machine. I designed this scalloped mat so that it would fit onto an A2 size card base with a little bit of the white showing around the edges. I just find it mesmerizing to watch this machine do its thing. Once it's done cutting, it just pulls off the mat very easily now that I've cleaned my blade. I'm stamping the sentiment onto some more Neenah Solar White 110-pound cardstock. And then I'm going to cut it out into a thin strip. This sentiment is kind of wide, so I trim the sides pretty close to the sentiment so that it will fit onto my card. I'm using some multimedia matte to adhere the elements onto my pink cardstock. The rose stamp set comes with this pretty baby's breath flower, and I'm going to stamp that right onto the pink cardstock. That just looks pretty and adds a little more interest to the card. Now I can glue everything down. I'm using my Tombow stamp runner to adhere the finished panel onto my card base. I wanted to add some sparkle to the card, so I'm gluing on some Simon Says Stamp assorted moonshine sequins. These are my favorite sequins. They seem to go with about everything. I'm using my Spectrum Noir crystal clear pen to brush on some sparkle over the Love die cut. And that completes my last card in my Valentine series for 2017. Please like, subscribe, and share this video on your favorite social media. I hope you all have a wonderful Valentine's Day. Bye.